Let's start things off with the football. Polokwane-born Gomolemo Grant Kekana has built an impressive soccer career for himself. And as a multiple league champion and national team player, the sky truly is the limit for this talented defender who plies his trade for league champions Mamelodi Sundowns. And he joins us on Full View tonight to reflect on the past season and the upcoming ventures that he might be involved in. Good evening, Grant, and thank you so much for making time for us.
Evening, Polly. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So I want us to start with the news that came in quite recently. Yesterday it was in terms of your coach Rulani Mokoena, who's now extended his stay at Sundowns, signing that 4-year contract. How was that received? And maybe just talk to us about how the technical team at Sundowns is just able to make sure that the players are playing at their peak each and every season.
Yeah, I think the news of Coach Rulani extending his contract came out very well for us. He's someone who's got individual relationships with each player and very special. He's the one that teaches us to be good human beings before being good footballers. So everyone is excited to have him stay with us for another 4 years, and we can't wait to get on this journey.
And of course, when we dissect the season that was, especially for Sundowns, you came into the season with 3 trophies, but you only ended the season with 1 when you defended the DStv Prem and, of course, that CAF Champions League semi-final place. When you look at the season that was, would you deem it successful, or did you take it to heart, the fact that you weren't able to also get to those other 2 trophies?
Yeah, I think at Sundowns we have very great ambitions. We always play to win each and every game, each and every competition that we're in. And, we won the big fish in South Africa. The one that eluded us was obviously the CAF. But it's lessons learned. Yeah, it's also heartbreaking to leave a tournament without losing a game, and that's what happened to us in the CAF. But it's lessons that will only make us stronger, and we're hopeful that next season, everyone will be smiling.
And you talk about smiling because a lot of people are saying that Sundowns is really going to be a team that is going to be hard to beat, and especially going into the new season, a lot of talks about transfers, who's coming in, who's going out. Is Sundowns going to be continuing on that trajectory?
Yeah, I think we've set the bar for South African football. It's no secret. The last 6 years we've been champions, and we just want to keep going in that direction. We always trying to improve us, ourselves, because we know we're the only one that can beat us. And yeah, we're just looking forward to the new season. We obviously know it's going to be tough. Teams are going to come back stronger. They're going to sign a lot of players. So it's going to be tough, but it's going to help us also grow, because we don't want to get too complacent. A lot is expected from us as Mamelodi Sundowns, and we just want to keep that trajectory going.
Absolutely. I want us to now shift focus a bit and look at the national team setup. You're, of course, part of Coach Hugo Bruce's prelim squad. And, of course, looking at what Bafana was able to achieve against Morocco this past weekend, beating the #1 ranked team on the continent. They finished as semi-finalists in the World Cup. Talk to us about Coach Hugo Bruce. What is he, in fact, bringing to the national team setup that is making really South Africans excited even for Ivory Coast next year?
I think he brings a lot of hope, obviously the past decade or so, we haven't been doing so well as the national team, but he's building something, and it's good to see that he's getting backing from everyone above him, but he's building something really special, and we just want the country to rally behind us because they are 12 men, and they're going to play a part in us being successful. As you saw at the FNB Stadium, they came in their numbers, and we didn't want to disappoint, and we duly delivered.
And speaking of that 12th man, a very interesting conversation was had, especially with Ronwen Williams. You're very familiar with him, especially from those Super Sport United days. Speaking about how South Africa isn't really backing the team as much. He would really like to see more. Do you think what happened at FNB is kind of turning the needle a little bit, and just showing the team, you guys, that we are, in fact, behind you?
Yeah, I think that's the support we need. Sometimes in life, all you need is just support for you to excel, and we showed what we're capable of against the team that came third in the World Cup. It's no fluke. It's still a process, still early days, still a lot to improve on, but we're happy that we're headed in the right direction.
So in my intro, I spoke about upcoming ventures that you may be taking part in. Tennis is one of those, because on the 24th of June, a very exciting tennis tournament for charity is going to be happening. Tell us more about this. Where does this idea come from? What can we be expecting?
Yeah, so there was actually a funny story. We're shooting content on the day at HM Beach Stadium in Mamelodi. When we came across a gentleman called Sizwe, who runs a tennis academy in Mamelodi. So his main thing is to keep kids off of the streets, for them not to dwell in drugs and all these other negative things. And we had a very personal and intimate conversation on, the support he'd like and what he'd need, for the tournament to be successful. And, we were like, yeah, let's hop on and collaborate together and see where we take it.
And when you say hop on, quite a number of former footballers are also going to be taking part. I understand Brighton Hlongo's foundation is also going to be a part of this, Opa Manisa. So tell us about this.
Yeah, fortunately for us, we have foundations running, and our foundation's main purpose is to give back. And this is another opportunity to give back to the townships, because this is where most of us were groomed, most of us were brought up, and I have a special place for Mamelodi. My dad, my aunt are from there, so I tend to go visit here and then. So this was a great opportunity for us to, take part in it and uplifting the community of Mamelodi.
And I love that this conversation around tennis is being had, because of the likes of Donald Rampadi and, of course, KG Munchani, who just came back from the French Open, winning their respective doubles. So how can people be taking part? If not taking part, how can they be supporting just the details around the tournament itself?
Yeah, so the kids that will be partaking in the tournament signed indemnity forms through their parents and the schools in the surrounding areas. So we're expecting around 70 kids on the day. But there'll be walk-ins allowed also on the day. And yeah, we just want it to be a great success. And, hopefully it won't be the first, it'll be the first of many, rather, to come.
All right. Well, we're wishing you all the best with that. And of course, I know you're also going to be eyeing that place in the Bafana setup when the team, of course, goes to Ivory Coast next year, because they have qualified for AFCON. That was defender extraordinaire Grant Kekana. Thank you so much for making time for us.